On this episode of Lapeef Let's Talk, I'm up on a Lapeef Let's Talk show now. I got my nap in. I'm good.
Yeah, VIP.
Don't blame Lapeef. That's because you're doing these 12-hour streams. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Now. Don't let
get out of here.
You be holding me down. You be holding me down.
And be like, okay, deuces. I'm gonna let someone else come up.
Hey, look. There's
a good parallel to draw because Anton is talking about one thing and it made me think of something else. So, like when I was in undergrad, if there was like a girl who got pregnant, she kind of had different things. Like we couldn't like hang out. They weren't hanging out the same way as people who were free and clear of kids and all these other things, you know, going on in their life. So I think it's kind of like that. It wasn't like, oh, we're cutting each other off. It was just more so that naturally things progress in a way where you end up being around people who are, you know, in similar situations to you. So I get that, Anton.
Listen, she got her friends from way back. They single. Are you cool with her?
Yeah, I don't have no issue with that. Yeah, no.
Okay, cool. Are you cool with her going with them same single girls on a 10-day trip?
I don't know.
It's a contradiction. Is anybody else seeing this the same way I'm seeing it, or am I the only person?
Would it be different if it was a 3-day trip?
No, listen, this is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I'm not a robot. I'm human. I'm giving y'all an honest answer. So I hear you. I'm just telling you for me, and I'm saying because I have the nuance and the context. That's not normal for her.
But even if it was, let's say tomorrow, how can
if it was normal for her, then I wouldn't have an issue with it. Like if she was a Kira, then I would say, yeah, okay, you doing what you do. That's what you
chose someone that does that.
Right. That's what she normally does. Are you asking me about my girl specifically? Telling me out the blue. I've been with her for 5 years.
I'm asking you about you.
Wait.
You are saying that you are cool with her homegirls, blase,
and that's fair.
Skippy, like Kay usually say.
That's fair. I got
right.
You
cool with them. You rock with them. Hey, no. Cool. This is what you said. You said, "Oh no, I'm cool with them." I am. Go way back.
Cool with them going. I'm cool with them
get
going
what you're
to Mary
saying,
J. Blige.
in
That's
Chicago.
it.
Hey, hold on. I want to give Mr. Everything. He wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think at the core, man, at the base of it is that bad communications usually corrupts good manners. In the sense that if you have a group of women and they don't share the same values, you have one married woman and 4 single women. You know, they may have things in common, but usually you don't see. I don't see that a lot. I see married women hanging out with married women, and maybe they have a few single friends. But usually, what happens is, but no, when I say friends, I mean they're touching base with them. Hey, how you doing? All of the hanging out and what have you. I don't see that a lot because, again, bad communication corrupts good manners. You know, that woman, as strong as she might be, may have the tendency to be swayed or indulge in some kind of way, potentially. I mean, but the whole thing is this. If a man is married and he's hanging out with all single men and he's married, how is that going to look?
Right. And it's the same thing. Honestly, I agree with you. Yeah. Because I'm not hanging around with a bunch of single dudes. I don't hang with a bunch of single dudes. Like, honestly, we don't even have nothing to talk about. I don't relate to you.
Yeah.
We don't have the same conversation. So conversely, if a woman, which I believe a woman to always be the weaker vessel, if I don't hang with a bunch of single dudes, why would I be comfortable with her hanging with a bunch of single women? Like, and I'm not even on no cheating, John. I'm just talking about your mindset. Like, I don't want your mindset to even be base-headed like that. Like, let them rock. Let them do their thing. Like,
Anton, I think that I get what you're saying because you're saying, like, why would you even seek out a bunch of single friends if you're married or in a long term or whatever?
Yeah.
But I think Chicago's saying something different. I think he's saying, like, what if it just happens to be that your friends, that your circle of friends, let's say you have 5 friends, let's say 3 of them are married, 1 is in a long-term relationship and 1 is single. You're not going to cut off the single friend just because they're single, right?
Yeah, but Rilla said he know at least 2, maybe 3. You know what I'm saying? And then I said, okay, cool. Well, then you rock with them, you trust them, you go with them. They solid. They know them from way back. What's wrong with the 10-day trip?
Nah,
then?
they ain't taking my boo thing on no 10-day trip, man.
Why not? Why?
You probably wouldn't
Do
even
you not
want to
trust
go.
her?
They're gonna turn her out.
It ain't gonna, listen.
Why?
Shout out to Must Create Everything, and this is the thing when we get into these conversations, right? Well, we got to keep it a beam, fam. We act like we not human. We act like everything got like Anton. I get it. You black and white, cool. Everybody doesn't exist in that black and white space, like for real, right? And so the truth of it is there's nuances to that, right? So even Kay, what you were saying, you spot on. I got a couple of homeboys, never been married, don't have kids. So I'm supposed to cut them off. My girl's supposed to oppose every time I say I'm gonna go kick it with them for a couple hours or whatever, get up with them to chop with them.
Yep, I cut them off. Listen, everybody. Listen,
bro.
I'm gonna be real. Listen,
you're like, look, I know
don't have to cut them off like, hey, bro, I'm never talking to you again. I don't have to cut them off like, hey, bro, I'm never talking to you again. I'm married now. But there was a season in my life. It's just that, it's not that I'm cutting them off. It's just that I'm more busy with other things that's more conducive to what it is.
Slowly but surely, they start falling off.
Yeah, I'm not kicking it.
But you look up, you ain't talked to them in about a month. Like, damn,
I don't disagree with that. I have those situations. I've been through those situations, but at the same time,
they be calling you like, bro, I'm just checking on you, see what's up, man. I'm like, I'm good.
Anton's like, I'm busy. Anton's like, nope.
But it's not that anything is wrong with him. Is that we got two different directions that we both growing, but we growing in two different directions, bro. They got something else going on. I don't even want to hang and do the same thing that single do no more. I'm not interested.
You know what's crazy, Anton?
I'm not interested, bro.
I'm gonna be tired about 10 o'clock, right, time?
Bro, listen. Anton got to take a nap before I even came up on a Lapeef Let's Talk show now.
Got a nap.
I got my nap in. I'm good.
Yeah, VIP.
Don't blame me. That's because you're doing these 12-hour streams.
Anton don't be doing 12 hours now. Don't let
get out of here.
You be holding me down.
Yeah,
be holding me down.
And be like, okay, deuces. I'm gonna let someone else come up.
Hey, look.
There's a good parallel to draw because Anton is talking about one thing and it made me think of something else. So, like when I was in undergrad, if there was like a girl who got pregnant, she kind of had different things. Like we couldn't like hang out. They weren't hanging out the same way as people who were free and clear of kids and all these other things, going on in their life. So I think it's kind of like that. It wasn't like, oh, we're cutting each other off. It was just more so that naturally things progress in a way where you end up being around people who are, in similar situations to you. So I get that, Anton.